big to do with that.
Clearly, we need Aaron Sorkin to come in and write Spill, because I can't think of a way to make that funny.
Well, why do you
No, I'm not doing it.
But why do you think he needed to be involved in this?
I don't know. I just thought he had a bigger role in that part of history. I don't know. I can't tell you. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know.
You know, they never showed Ronald Reagan either, but you knew he was president.
Yeah, that's true. No, I just thought that because we were funding Afghanistan, that somehow Saddam Hussein was more involved behind the scenes too.
I thought we were funding him earlier than that with the whole other thing, like during the Carter era.
Maybe so. I don't know.
If I remember correctly, around this time we were all involved with Noriega. That it was all about Panama.
Okay,
for the U.S.
That's why that's why I'm asking.
You knew we were funding somebody we ended up killing later.
Yeah, exactly.
We always are.
Didn't know Osama bin Laden do something at the time when
it's like what Bill Hicks said. We love to arm third world countries and then go and blow them up with the 2.0 weapons. It's like, oh, here you go. These are the newest weapons, and we wait like 6 months until we come up with the next generation. Then we come in and blow the shit out of them.
That'll teach you. Yeah. Didn't the Joker from Batman have something to do with this at the time?
See, I'm not even bringing up Batman. This is y'all. It's funny how you guys have made me the Batman guy, and yet in the last 6 or 7 reviews, you guys are the ones who bring it up.
I really wasn't making fun of you. I was making fun of myself. I wasn't trying to say something. I mean,
I just love it when he does that. When he shows up, first thing he always goes, "I'm Batman."
Yeah, okay.
But the thing that occurred to me, like, this movie is the complete opposite of National Treasure 2.
What isn't?
But I'm just saying. I mean, here you have something that's political. It deals with the U.S. government, except you have like really great actors and a smart script, and everything makes sense.
Well, just by this movie being good, it's the opposite of National Treasure by that merit alone.
Hey, this movie was great. National Treasure was. I've had shits with more merit than that. There was nothing to it. There's no comparison at all. How dare you even bring them up in the same sentence?
Well, I always say, nevertheless, whatever my history may be, I would say don't go in here expecting a history lesson, because I'm sure if you go back and read, it's not. It's a movie. I do this with any kind of movie.
Sure.
Things are changed around, so don't follow it that way. But you really can't criticize the movie for that. That's any movie.
Thank you for that public service announcement.
You will learn something.
The more you know.
Yeah, you always have to say that, because people come out of these movies these days and they take it for granted. Shit, I know people who thought Forrest Gump was a documentary. So,
like your mom.
I don't want to say mom. I'm sorry, but you know.
Well, it's funny because we came out of this movie and there was one guy arguing with the rep about, well, if you look at your actual history, you would see that this is what it's glossed over things, and the U.S. is the reason that we're involved in Iraq right now.
The point,
and this other guy's like, yeah, that's what the movie just said, dumbass.
Yeah,
because people just don't listen. They get so wrapped up in their own agendas. But you know what? And I keep hearing this. Apparently, there was a very different version of the script, especially towards the end, that was ended up being firmly rejected by the studio. And Sorkin fought for it and was ultimately told to shut up and sit down. And which I guess he said, well, all right. He's running out of options after his last show.
Well, what happened in the alternate version?
It was just a lot more finger pointing, basically. A lot firmer. Look how bad America is.
No. That's the thing. This movie does not do that. It's not even. It's not preachy. It doesn't beat you over the head with anything. It shows you everything in an entertaining way. You'll learn something by accident. You'll just be laughing so hard and then come away going like, oh wow, I know history. Damn it, they snuck it out on me again.
Yeah. It doesn't villainize the Republicans or anything like that. Really, some of them are positive characters in this film. It doesn't, it's not doing that. That's not its reason for existing. It just says, hey, this is just a fact. This is just the way it happens. Make of it what you will.
Yeah, no, it's a very matter of fact kind of movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the great thing about this movie too. It just lays it out there, which is it's trying to tell a story. It's not trying to convince you politically. It's not like these string of anti-Iraq movies that we have right now, like Lions for Lambs.
Oh my God, yeah.
What was that movie that we saw with it had Tommy Lee Jones?
In the Valley of Eli?
Yeah, in the Valley of Eli. No, I mean, we know now. We know where we stand on Iraq. I mean, you already have a side at this point. Nothing's going to change you. So just sit your ass down and watch something like this, which just shows you how things played out.
Yeah. War is bad. We get it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because probably the movie this reminded me of the most was Lord of War. Because it was that same kind of like fast moving piece of history, very funny, good dialogue. Mm-hmm. Although I would say I like this better, but still I thought they were very similar.
Funny you should mention that. I think that's a very underrated movie. And now that I think about it, it is one of those movies that I'm thinking of like that. So
I always thought that I personally was kind of lukewarm on that film. I don't think it was terrible, but the dialogue here is just so utterly top notch. I'm afraid to even compare it to that just because the people who didn't like that. I can't imagine not liking this movie unless it just you can't hear past your own personal agenda.
And I will say one more positive thing we haven't brought up about this movie. Usually with a movie like this at Oscar time, it's a 2.5 hour movie. And this movie just cuts in just somewhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours. Nice. I mean, it really knew, knew where to cut off. I mean, most movies, they go just a little bit too long. This could have actually had another 15 minutes and been all right. But they cut out early, leave you wanting more.
It was an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was. It was exactly an hour and a half. Some bad things about this movie. I didn't need to see Tom Hanks' ass. I can say that much.
Yeah, but you got to see a bunch of tits too, so that's a fair trade-off.
That's the one thing I was selling this movie as to people was saying, look, yes, it's a political movie, but it's got lots of boobs in it. Naked boobs. And what else do you need?
Yeah, and it's in the first 5 minutes. You sit down thinking, oh, this old political shit. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm hooked.
Exactly.
Please tell me about Afghanistan.
And when do I register to vote?
No doubt. It's pretty much the van with free candy written on the side of it. You're like, well, it's a dirty old van with some crazy looking guy at the door, but hey, free candy.
Exactly. There you go. Want to get people interested in politics? Put more titties in it. That's all I can say. Now that's a public service announcement for your ass right there.
Yes,
yeah, did I sound like an Italian then? That's what I public Italian announcement.
Well, more like a retarded Italian. Yeah. Well, I take that back. I don't want to insult retarded people. More like the Italian's monkey.
I say, but fuck the Italians.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know the retards had an anti-defamation league.
I'm sorry. I'll just say that again so we won't be insulting people. That's a public service announcement for your ass, even though Italians already put a hit on our ass right now. So.
Oh, so what are you saying? All Italians are members of the mafia?
They're not? I thought they're either in the mafia or they're plumbers.
Oh, man, that's wrong.
Some of them are organ grinders. Ooh. And pizza men.
Oh, and black people, they can't read. There we go. All fair now.
Don't give me that look. Italians can't say enough bad stuff about black people.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you guys have a different
I can't tell you how many times I've been called a mooly by an Italian person.
It just brings to mind a certain scene in True Romance. No.
Not that I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm about to say. And I've never been called a mooly by an Italian person. Never.
Your great grandmother fucked the nigger.
What were we talking about?
Does that always clear a room or what when the white guy says nigger?
I know. Well, okay, we're gone. See
what were we saying about lynching the other day? Find me out front of Korey's apartment.
Think it's time for
That's a realistic scarecrow.
Yeah, it's about time for some reverse lynching going on.
Put me up there, the scared Jew.
Anyway, about this movie, man. What do you... The scared Jew? What the?
I don't know.
Okay, what would you give
reference to something that didn't work? Oh no! Come on.
Speaking of Jews in Hollywood, what about this movie?
This is absolutely a full price movie. This is one of the probably top 5 movies of the year. This is probably among the top 5 political movies ever made. Period. With like All the President's Men and stuff like that. There's
only 5 of them, right?
Yeah, I think there is only 5 actually.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and do something I have never done before.
Oh, don't do it, man.
I'm gonna do it. Better than sex.
So you would actually have sex with this movie?
I would.
Okay.
Well, hey, with all the hot women in it, you goddamn right I would.
You got to remember.
Cut that out because I ain't got to remember shit. We just jump people. I just cut something out. So anyway. Oh, yeah. No. What can I say? Full price. So anything else anybody want to add? Is there any race that we would like to insult before we end this?
There's got to be some race we haven't
no. I mean, okay.
Yet.
Don't even try. I was joking. Don't laugh. We're leaving.
Man, this fucking Aborigines in Australia.
Come on, man. They got enough problems.
Yeah, but I don't think they have access to the internet.
Oh, my phone's ringing.
Oh, well, let's record that.
Hello? The Italian Defamation League?
Is this going out live? Yeah, we can still review that any time.
We won't get to see it till the 15th.
Oh, you didn't go see the 2 p.m.? Oh, I guess you wouldn't have, yeah.
He was out of town.
You didn't go see the 2 p.m.?
I was out of town, too.